The Colombia tour by Harry and Meghan has reached depths that even the most doubtful observers couldn't have foreseen. What was clearly meant to showcase Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's global appeal has instead turned into an embarrassing display of awkward moments and vacant seats. The tour began with Meghan giving a speech on online safety at the Responsible Digital Future Summit, organized by the Overkill Foundation alongside the Office of the Vice President of Colombia and Illuminat. The event had all the elements of a grand occasion, except for one crucial aspect: the audience. In her speech, Meghan urged online trolls to reflect on the values taught by their parents or grandparents before posting cruel comments online. While the message was commendable, it unfortunately seemed to go unheard, largely due to the lack of listeners present. The situation worsened when it became evident that Meghan hadn't quite mastered Spanish, a crucial skill when addressing a Spanish-speaking nation. The few attendees present were left questioning their attendance, as the empty seats around them spoke volumes. You might think that after such a disappointing start, they would try to ensure better attendance for the remainder of the tour, but that wasn't the case. Some speculate that they may have attempted to hire a crowd, as allegedly happened during the Nigeria tour, where enthusiastic fans seemed to appear out of nowhere. However, in Colombia, even the rumored hired crowd seemed unavailable, leaving the Duke and Duchess to face empty venues on their own. The next event was predictably another failure, held in a location with limited seating, perhaps reflecting the expected low turnout. The notion that people would willingly sit under the scorching sun just to hear Harry and Meghan speak seems almost comical. Unsurprisingly, the crowd remained sparse. Adding to the embarrassment, the tour was marked by a series of personal mishaps. Meghan was seen with sweat stains, a minor detail that the press eagerly latched onto, while Harry's thinning hair became increasingly noticeable, further contributing to the image of a couple whose best days are clearly behind them. The stark contrast between their current reality and their once glamorous lifestyle couldn't be more evident. However, perhaps the most absurd aspect of this debacle is the level of security that accompanied them despite the lack of crowds. Reportedly, over 3,000 security personnel, including military forces, were on hand. The sight of heavily armed guards protecting empty venues was almost poetic, a fitting metaphor for the futility of the entire endeavor. One must wonder why such extreme measures were necessary when there was no one around to protect them from. Ultimately, the Royal Colombian tour has accomplished one thing: it has solidified Harry and Meghan's status as figures of diminishing relevance. Their efforts to stay in the spotlight have only emphasized how far they've fallen from it. If nothing else, this tour has made it painfully clear that the Sussexes are no longer the captivating figures they once were.